Good afternoon. I know some folks are still getting lunch, so feel free to help yourselves to the food outside. We're going to go ahead and get started, knowing that many people in this room have to get to a 1 o'clock class. It is a real pleasure of mine as the Director of Athletics and Recreation to welcome all of you to the 2016 Academic Luncheon. This week, we celebrate National Division III Week, and what a better way to kick it off than to recognize those members of our teams who epitomize the true meaning of student athlete. For the second year in a row, we have topped the 100 mark, inviting 116 student athletes who have maintained a GPA of a 3.5 or higher. 40 of you are above a 3.8, and 6 crazy student athletes are at a 4.0. Very, very impressive. You make up some of the very best students who are walking around our campus, and for that, we are very proud. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, I believe the same can be true about a student athlete. I want to thank the administration, many of who are here with us today, for their meaningful support for our student athletes and for all of our programs. I also want to thank the faculty members, especially our faculty liaisons, many of which are here today joining us. Would you mind standing to be recognized, our team faculty liaisons? The relationships that you have with our student athletes is unique, and we highly value it. I also want to give a special thanks to Kate Queenie. If Kate could please stand, our faculty athletic representative. Thank her for all of her hard work and dedication to our teams and programs. And I also want to thank all of our coaches, our head coaches, our assistant coaches, and our volunteer coaches. Would you all please stand and be recognized? We appreciate everything you do to promote a culture that supports our student athletes in ways that extend way beyond the athletic field. When I was living in Cleveland, I belonged to a health club, and every morning for 5 years I would see the same guy. I'd walk down the hallway, I'd say, "Good morning, how are you doing?" And he gave me the same response. "Well, I showed up today." And so it was interesting over 5 years after getting the same response. He wasn't the fittest of individuals, and I never really saw much of a change in him over those 5 years. Because I think that the point is that it's not just good enough to show up. The reason that we are in a room today with 116 of you is because not only do you show up, but you make a choice to be great. You choose to get up at 5 a.m. to go to practice. You choose to attend your 8 a.m. class after getting back very late from a game the previous night. You choose to get ahead in your work because you know you're going to be traveling all weekend with games. And you choose to do it at a level that screams excellence. So today we applaud the choices that you make every day, and I thank you for setting the bar so high for everyone on this campus. I'd like now for all 41 first-year student athletes who are here today to please stand and be recognized. Would all 31 of our sophomore student athletes please stand and be recognized? And our 18 junior class student athletes, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations to all of you. It is my pleasure right now to bring up the president of Smith College, Kathleen McCartney, and I want to note that it is uncommon for a president to show up on the hill to watch a game or in the bleachers to watch a contest in her Smith College hoodie. That kind of support is truly special, and we appreciate everything you do. So, President McCartney.
Thank you, Kristen, for that shout out, but I think The deal for me is that Title IX didn't exist when I was in school. There just weren't that many opportunities for women, and I saw the difference that sports made in the lives of my daughters, and I just kind of like a jock wannabe, I guess. You might not know this, but where Bill and I eat our meals overlooks the fields, and there was one night last fall where we just heard a lot of hooting and hollering, and it was the field hockey team. And I looked at Bill after getting a long day, and I said, I just have to go. And you know, we know what the field hockey team did last year, so congratulations to all of you on that team. But I just thought I'd say a few things. Well, first of all, I want to acknowledge the students too, and just say how proud we are of all of you. And it's also wonderful to see so many faculty here, and of course all of the staff, all of Kristen's staff. And Kristen's done so much in her first year. It's really quite extraordinary. So she had a tough act to follow too. But we're on an upward trajectory with respect to Smith sports, and I'm going to do everything I can to ensure that that trajectory stays upward. And there are a lot of reasons for that. It's not just that sports are community building, and they certainly are. I mean, whenever you go to a game and you see the students and the faculty and the other team members and the coaches and so on, it's always a special moment for Smith, regardless of win, lose, or draw. But there really are some incredible positive outcomes associated with playing college sports, and I've written about some of these. Perhaps some of you saw my Smith quarterly piece on athletics. I sent it to Kristen and the coaches, but I hope some of the students saw it too. There was a study at Indiana State University in 2012 that showed that student athletes are more likely to have better critical thinking, better than self-awareness, better communication skills, better citizenship, better relationships, better leadership. Now, as a social scientist, I know that correlation doesn't equal causality, but we don't have to talk about that today, right? I really do believe that being on a team makes a difference. And one of the reasons I believe that is, again, I just saw it. I don't know how many of you know this, but I coached girls travel soccer for my daughters for 6 years. I actually have 2 FIFA coaching licenses. How about that? This is what I mean when I say I'm an athlete wannabe. And I just saw what it did for these young girls, and then I continued to watch it. And my daughters, one of my daughters was a varsity scholar at Wesleyan. She rowed, and it was I know. Our entire college counseling was all about Division III rowing. That's all that it was about because it was so important in her life. And what I saw was her learning over time, and the other women too, how to win with humility, and I know you know what I mean by that, how to lose with grace, how to recover productively from those losses, and how to compete for the love of the game. I mean, of course we want to win, right? There's no other reason to play a game, really, than to win. But it's the love of the game in so many instances. I was a board member at Tufts University for many years, and I remember talking with the dean of the medical school there. He said to me that they make an attempt to recruit student athletes to medicine. Do you want to know why? Because they're organized and they know how to plan their time effectively. They know from their own institutional research that scholar athletes tend to do very well at Tufts Medical School. And maybe some of you know that Rosa, former captain of the basketball team, is at Tufts Medical School right now. So I have no doubt that she will do that school pride. And as Kristen noted, Bill and I really do try to attend as many matches as we can, and we tell the coaches if there's something especially important, please let us know. And if we're in town, we just love to go. We love to go because we're proud of you. We love to go because these games truly are joyous occasions. So congratulations to all of you who managed to do so well in the classroom as well as on your team. I'm just very happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Now we're going to have our head coaches who will come up and have comments on any member of their team who has been a part of their program for a minimum of 3 years, has maintained a 3.5 GPA. And to kick things off, we'll have our head soccer coach, Mark Platz.
problem going after females, or short females. Everyone else can stand on the tiptoes. Okay, so it's a pleasure that I get to speak here for 90 seconds per person, so I'll make this as quick as I can, but also set the precedence for everyone else to come. I hope I set the bar nice and high for everyone. My name is Mark Platts. I'm the stuck with Tony every time. I'm the soccer coach here, not the women's soccer coach, that goes without saying. And I'm here to talk about 5 of the seniors that are going to be graduating from our program today. 4 here today, 1 is apparently live streaming, watching us, so hi Gigi. The first, I'm going to talk about Jamie. Jamie Sear, majors mathematics, minor chemistry, concentration in biomathematics. I'm going to mispronounce a lot of these when it comes to the science. I asked the 5 of them to give me some feedback on some general things that I could talk about for them. Some things that I might know of but not know the details, so hopefully I have everything correct. Jamie's one of her favourite experiences here. She spent the junior year abroad in Oxford, so last spring she was in Oxford, England. Her favourite soccer experience was beating MIT, which we did this for, which was a great experience for the entire team. Plans after graduation, that's a good one, I'm quoting her. So I know she has lots of things that she'd like to do, I just don't know if she can decide which one she will do. In true Jamie style, her list of academic achievements is long, and when I asked her what they were, she told me, just pick 2 or 3 of them in a bashful manner. So she is, and if it's up there, I'll let you read because there's some words up there that I can't pronounce, but Jamie is a phenomenal student athlete. Along with all of her achievements and dedication to the team, and a major, Jamie has spent many hours working with the coaches one-on-one outside of training, outside of classes, and knowing her academic commitment and just her desire to be the best at everything she does, it was great that she found the time and could organise. I'll echo what President McCartney said, organise her time so she could spend extra time trying to be the best soccer player that she can be. Her ultimate career goal is to be a research translational medicine to increase the standards of clinical care in the developing world. Is that right? Okay. Jamie is closest to me for those who don't know her. Next, Lily. Oh, payback Lily. I'll give her a bit of information about Lily. She's a major of government. Favourite non-soccer experience at Smith was a study abroad in Geneva, where she played on a soccer team over there. So Jamie actually played for Oxford University's club team, so they found ways to still play soccer even though they were going experience studying abroad. Another favourite experience for hers was beating MIT, a common theme. Plans after graduation is get a job or work for a campaign. Academic achievements, Dean's List, New Mackerel Conference, collaborator for Caritas Europe report on migration. Ultimate career goal, create positive change and be a leader in my community. So finally I do get to get my own back. Lily is a character that every team needs. Someone who will run through a wall for her teammates, literally, and is a dedicated, motivated individual in all areas of her life. She can also be seen dressed as a llama around campus. I was on the stationary bike in the fitness centre and awkwardly had this thing stood at my shoulder, and as I turned around, if it wasn't for her shoes, I would have no idea that she was randomly dressed like a llama in preparation for the Dalai Lama who was going to be here last year. Or she'll be walking around with a boot on her foot and a very big grin on her face, and I will say this, or she might be seen looking like our AD, which was, sorry Kristen, you were her Halloween costume this year, and there was a very good similarity, I must admit. Next, Olivia Malari, or Mal as we call her, neuroscience major, chemistry minor. Favourite non-soccer experience is find out on rally day that Abby will be awarded honorary degree during our commencement. Favourite soccer experience is anything and everything involving the teammates. Plans after graduation, working in a neuroscience lab for a year while I apply to medical school. And academic achievements is honours thesis. So I will give the long one, but pretty much she got rats drunk all fall semester and would leave every practice to go over to UMass to give alcohol to rats. It was kind of the joke of the team. Her ultimate career goal, along with Gigi, is turn grilled cheese girls. If you've not heard about this, check them out on Facebook and I'm sure the social media, into a nationwide delivery service with Gigi. You can find them on Facebook, and do you still deliver? Yep. Okay, and they deliver. So for those final weeks when you don't want to leave to get food, grilled cheese girls is Mal and Gigi. Bella, a chemistry major and biology minor. Favourite non-soccer experience, going to the Cape with Katie, Jane, and Meg sophomore year. Summer at Smith with Jamie and Mal. All the time spent with friends. Also, I got to learn a lot, capitals, in classes at Smith, and it's been an unbelievable experience that I really enjoyed. Favourite experience, similar to Mal, was learning that Abby was going to be here on Rally Day. Plans after graduation, move to Canada for graduate school, Masters in Public Health. Not sure exactly what school yet. Do you know yet? Still don't know. And then Dean's Lift, summer 2014 surf student, on the CSIS student, Fulbright finalist. And it's funny because I go through all these academic achievements as if I have to get them out of the way, but each individual one of these is phenomenal. So it's just a great thing as a coach to be able to come out and brag about these players, even though the things I'm bragging about are things that I never had or could have done in college. And then Gigi's not here today, as I'm sure she knew I would have to make some sarcastic remark about her. She is a Manchester United fan, and I'm a Manchester United hater. So we've had a 2-year relationship now where we've pretty much made fun of each other on a weekly basis on whose team is doing better. Unfortunately, my team is doing better right now, Gigi. But Gigi is an economics major and has a job lined up in Washington, D.C. after graduation. So lastly, this group really represents and role models to the rest of the team the true nature of what it means to be a student athlete and the importance of both have in the long run to them. The student in each of them is setting themselves up for lives after Smith in their careers and postgraduate pursuits. The athlete in them has helped them manage time, create lifelong friendships, experience achievements and overcome adversity, represent their college and all connected to it in athletic contests, and allow them to push themselves physically, emotionally and mentally for 4 years in 95-degree pre-season heat and long draining fall seasons. Being a student athlete at Division III requires and trains many life skills that will ultimately help each of them long after they've finished playing. I'm proud to have been part of the student athlete in each of them and wish you all the very best in some bright futures. I think Jamie, field hockey's up next.
Mark. They're awards.
It's a delivery service.
Of course, I would follow Mark. From the tallest to maybe the shorter members of the coaching staff. Hi everybody, I'm Jamie Ginsberg, I'm the head hockey coach, and I wanted to start off with this quote, but since it was written by Caroline, who's here, she's bravely coming up to say her own words.
I'm just going to turn and read it. Kat embodies what it truly means to be a great teammate. In addition to her incredible mental toughness, amazing stick skills, and ability to always lead by example, both on and off the field, she is the most selfless player that I know, and will do absolutely anything she can for the benefit of the team. I know that I speak on behalf of my teammates as well when I say that we will all miss her more than we can even begin to imagine, but we wish her the very best of luck in the life adventures that await her. We love you, Kat.
I thought it would be better coming from Caroline than me. So to highlight Kat, who is feeling a bit bashful because she's unfortunately been bitten by something, so one of her eyes is not normal. But she's here, and we're celebrating her. So I just want to highlight a few things beyond what you see. She is a Bachelor of Arts Economics major. One of the things to highlight is that she participated in the Tuck Business Bridge program at Dartmouth, which is a selective group, 3-week program of a selected group of not athletes, students who are instructed by the MBA faculty at Dartmouth. And she hopes to work within finance and economics in her future and maybe has a job pending. Everyone cross their fingers for her. To highlight a couple other things, academically, she has received the NUMAC All-Conference Academic Team Award 2013 through 2016, so her sophomore, junior, and senior year, which is an achievement of a 3.5 GPA or higher to make that team. Additionally, she was awarded the NFHCA, which is the National Field Hockey Coaches Association National Academic Squad, again, her sophomore year through her senior year, and that is a 3.3 or higher. Athletically, I'd like to just highlight a few things for Kat. I think Caroline's statements really embody the kind of athlete that she is and the teammate that she is, which is overarching of everything. But some of the things that she deserves to be highlighted for are, she was on the NUMAC first team all-conference this year. She also was on the NFHCA, which is again the National Field Hockey Coaches Association first team all-region, which so you take this area of New England and you split it into two halves, and she was one of the members selected to represent this region. Furthermore, the Coaches Association selected her as a senior all-star player, and she was able to participate in a game that highlights seniors that are standout athletes in their sport at the NCAA finals for Division III and play mainly among people that she had been competing against for those 4 years. I was honored to also be selected as a coach for that, and we actually got to work together on that day. So to be able to work with her at that moment was, you know, a coach's dream, and she played very well. She represented Smith. She represented field hockey. We had a few alumni come. We had a little bird call on the field hockey team. So Kat and I are standing on the sideline, and all we hear is "Ah!" from afar, and we're like, where did that come from? And we see two alumni coming running out, and it was just a very special moment. And I think it may be one of the first times in a long time that Smith field hockey has made it to that level of peer acknowledgement. So congratulations, Kat. Super proud of you.
Danielle is a double major in philosophy and environmental science and a 4-year member of the cross-country team. Like all of the student athletes here, she's been recognized for outstanding academic achievement. Despite competing at Smith for 10 out of a possible 12 seasons, including indoor and outdoor track, she's maintained a 3.76 GPA. Surely this is impressive, but what really sets Danielle apart is the resiliency she showed during her 4 years at Smith. Though her first year was pretty smooth, Danielle began her sophomore preseason in a full leg brace after suffering a serious injury from a bike fall days before preseason began. After missing half of the season, she fought her way to the second half and earned a spot at the all-conference team, as she did her first year. Her junior year preseason seemed to go well, but she continued to feel worn down most of the season. Like her sophomore year, she fought her way to the NUMAC championships, and again, earned a spot at on the all-conference team, the third in 3 years. After the season had concluded, a doctor confirmed she had been running the whole season with pneumonia. Months later, she was sidelined with a hip fracture, which sidelined her for all of the winter and spring. Her senior preseason was met with great caution, and as we revamped her training to prevent a recurrence of her hip injury. 2 weeks into the season, she felt residual hip pain, which resulted in a 6-week hiatus from running. She worked her way into the pool, and 6 days prior to the NUMAC championships, she was cleared to run. Despite missing nearly the entire season, Danielle fought her way every second of the NUMAC championship race, and by a mere 2 seconds, she must be named to the all-conference team for the 4th consecutive year. Though she's still mapping out her plan for next year, we're certain that she'll take her honed skills of time management, self-motivation, and resiliency to her workplace. And like she did at Smith, she will both thrive and succeed. Thank you for your commitment, drive, and pursuit of excellence. You'll be missed.
Good morning. going someplace. I have a pleasure to talk about 3 of our team members. They are outstanding individuals. First one I'm going to talk about is Hannah. And Hannah has been an invaluable member of the team in many, many different ways. For her performance in the pool, for her leadership on the deck, leadership in social gatherings of the team, for her work ethic, her enthusiasm, her positive attitude, her drive and determination. She has earned the respect of her teammates and has earned the respect of people across campus. Academically, she is an environmental geoscience major. Again, she's very energetic. She's very passionate about the environment. She and I have had some fun conversations on the deck. I tease her all the time about it and just sort of drive her nuts by disagreeing with everything she says for fun. I'm trying to have her come through with different arguments. She's doing a thesis studying road salt and its impact. She spent her junior year in Costa Rica and then New Zealand. That's a pretty good trip. A week or so ago, she found out that she is a Fulbright winner, and she'll spend the next year in El Salvador improving soil fertility for growth. Her academic record speaks to itself. She's an outstanding student. She's a UMass Scholar athlete. She's on the Dean's List, et cetera, et cetera. She is, again, the embodiment of what a student athlete should be in terms of dedication and energy that she puts into everything she does. Next, we have Anna Partridge. I shanghaied Anna Partridge out of a springboard diving class her first year, second year. And there she was in this diving class, and I watched her go off the board and said, wow, there's somebody with some skills. It wasn't really a gymnastics background, it was the circus background. She loves the circus. For those of you who don't know, she began the circus club at Smith College, and it's something she's very passionate about. She was featured in an article in my quarterly, little late last month, was it? Yeah, it was the spring. She's very passionate about giving to other people, about helping teach other people. She does that as a member of the team. She came in as a non-diver. In one season, she learned 11 dives on both boards. She committed herself to do that. That's the way she committed herself to her academics. She's an engineering major and women's studies minor. She's very passionate about all the things she does, no matter what it is, whether it's teaching someone how to juggle, or whether it's learning a new skill in engineering, or whether it's diving to perfection. She expects the most out of herself, and she makes that expectation known to other people, and that helps other people be motivated. As a result, she was one of our team captains, as Hannah was. I forgot to mention that, my apologies. She is also a Fulbright scholarship winner, and she will be in Finland next year, and after that, she intends to go on and get an engineering degree. Okay. As we go forward. Anna Partridge. Leah is a dynamic member of the team. In day 1, day 2, day 12, day 17, Leah didn't say a whole lot. She was very quiet. She has that quiet strength that she brings to any group. She's not one of the people who stands in front of people and read. She's the kind of person in a research setting where she will sit there and she'll do the work, and she'll work very, very hard, and she'll support the efforts of others. When necessary, she brings her values forward. Same thing on the team. She'll be quiet, she'll be energetic when needed, she'll be supportive always. One of the things that her teammates have said about her is that she is the rock around her lane. She swims in lane 5 with the breaststrokers. She looks to them for support, she supports them greatly. And it's that quiet strength that she brings to everything that she does. She's improved greatly as a swimmer. She dropped 12 seconds in a 200 breaststroke, 8 seconds in a 100 breaststroke. That's pretty phenomenal. She brings energy. She brings, most of all, a caring, sensitive nature to the pool and to all those around her. She brings extreme dedication, seriousness, but also letting it be fun. She's always looking out for other members of the team, other members of the group to help them make better, help them be better. She's a sociology and German studies major. She brings attention and detail to all the things that she does. In keeping with her caring nature, she may pursue a career in academic administration, or she may do something in terms of the field of social work. Leah. Before I leave, there are, I can find them. Two quotes that I think embody them. No problem is insurmountable. With a little courage, teamwork, and determination, a person can achieve and overcome anything. I think that embodies them. The second one is, it's not the work that you do that you're asked to do, or the work you do when someone is watching. It is the work that you do when no one is looking and no one tells you to do it. And that is the work that makes you stand out from others and helps you rise above the others. And I think that these three swimmers and divers have done just that. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Kelly O'Connell. I'm the softball coach here at Smith, and just so you know, I'm wearing shorts in protest of Mother Nature. We have a game tomorrow that I'm sure we're going to play. Sure of it. Really sure of it. Before we get into our two pretty remarkable seniors, I think one thing that's important to note about softball is the difficulties in playing a spring sport that is reliant on the cooperation of Mother Nature. And for all the professors that are here today, I want to give a big shout out for your accommodations of our crazy schedule. You know, we're saying, yes, we're playing, no, we're not, just kidding, yes, we are. It seems really on a daily basis, and your flexibility and willingness to work with our student athletes doesn't go unnoticed, and so we just want to make sure we say thank you to all of you for that. The first senior I would like to talk about and introduce is Joanna Giordano. Jo is a music major and an education and child study minor. She is a 4-year member of the softball team and was our starting left fielder on the 2014 ECAC championship team. She has been an NFCA, which is a National Fast Pitch Coaches Association, Academic All-American in both 2014 and 2015. She is also the secretary of the Smith College Orchestra. That's impressive. She performs in concerts throughout the year and really does a great job of balancing both the demands of orchestra and the demands of softball and the demands of academics. She successfully balances all of these. Jo plans on attending graduate school for music education with the goal of becoming a music teacher. Jo Giordano. Caroline Kushner is another 4-year member of the softball team. She is a 2-year captain and the starting shortstop for all 4 years that she's been on the team. Kush was a member also of the 2014 ECAC championship team. She was named the team's defensive player of the year in 2013, 2014, and 2015. Good thing I recruited her. She was also named an NFCA Academic All-American, as well as being selected to the NUMAC All-Academic Softball team in both 2014 and 2015. Kush was also named to the Dean's List in both of those years. Her extracurricular activities include being on the Assured Teaching Prize Committee in both 2015 and 2016, along with being a data analyst and instructional designer for the engineering education website Through My Window. She is designing a unit on engineering ethics taught through imaginative education. As natural an educator as I have ever met at her age, with a clear passion for teaching, Caroline has been accepted into Smith's Master of Arts in Teaching program here at Smith, while also receiving a fellowship through Project Coach. Coach is a psychology major with a minor in education and child study. When as a coach, you have such great women and talented athletes performing in the classroom year after year at such an exceptionally high level, you know the standard has been set and that your program is in great hands. I can't thank these two women enough. This was my first recruiting class here at Smith, and they continue day in and day out to set the bar really, really high and they have started the turnaround of the program here at Smith. So thank you again, Caroline Kushner. And next up is our exceptionally talented lacrosse coach, Katie Moore.
I'm Katie Moore, I'm the head lacrosse coach, and I have the pleasure of talking for a few minutes about Bethany. Bethany first told me that she has a lifelong dream for working for Disney. And as an engineering major, I'm still not 100% sure how that's going to lead to that, but that's why she's getting the award. Bethany was unable to make the Princess character cut, and we are continually grateful because she has impacted her teammates and coaches in such a positive manner. She leads first and foremost through example. She's incredibly organized and hardworking, and has created an amazing roadmap for her younger players to follow on our team. I'm continually amazed by her ability to handle all of the rigors of academics and still improve on the field. She is willing to play any position at any time in the game and works on a daily basis to improve herself and her teammates. We are so grateful for Bethany and all that she does for the team. We're so excited to see where her future takes her after Case Western, and I know she will one day work for Disney.
I'm Sue Payne, the equestrian coach. It is my pleasure to introduce 6 exceptional equestrian athletes. Jordan Mentor, Alistair Ruggiero, who is not here today, Natalie Smith, those are our 4-year seniors, Anna Carroll, Julia Breeder, and Yunsu or Izzy Chen, our 3-year seniors. What they have in common is their brilliance in the classroom and in the show ring. So I'd first like to share some of their athletic accolades with you. They were all part of the team who received the award for the highest GPA among Smith athletes at last year's banquet. They are all among the 17 equestrian team members who will be honored with the IHSA All-Academic Award presented this year at the National Horse Show. Jordan, Julia, Anna, Izzy, and 2-year senior Yijin Wei have been awarded the first team award every year on their team for their GPA above 3.8. Each of them has qualified for the regional championships in their career at Smith. Both Julia and Alistair have qualified twice, while Jordan Mentor has qualified an unprecedented 5 times. Last year, she was regional champion over fences and reserve champion on the flat, also earning her a trip to the New England Zone Finals. Their divisions in the intercollegiate horse shows represent every level of competition. Izzy actually began her riding career at Smith in an ESS beginner class and tried out for the team and made the walk-trot division. She qualified and moved up into the walk-trot canter division. Natalie began in the beginner walk-trot canter and moved up to novice, whereas Julia began in novice and qualified into the intermediate division. Alistair also started in novice flat and intermediate fences and moved up into open, which is the most advanced division. Jordan began in advanced walk-trot canter and moved all the way up through novice and intermediate to the open division. Within this group, we have 2 captains, Jordan and Alistair, 2 equestrian team rookies of the year, Natalie and Izzy, the 2013-14 most improved rider, again, Izzy, the 2014-15 Sportsmanship and Christiane Johnson Award winner in Alistair, the 2014-15 Equestrian Team High Point rider, Jordan, the 2015 equestrian representative to the Marley Pineda Pioneer Team, and the 2015 Athletic Department Junior Athlete of the Year, Jordan Mentor. Academically, this group is absolutely the cream of the crop. Their majors range from the sciences to the arts. Alistair is an anthropology major and bio minor. Jordan is a mathematics major. Anna and Natalie are biochemistry majors. Izzy is a music major, and Julia is a double major in English and the study of women and gender. Alistair, Jordan, Natalie, and Anna have been on the dean's list. Jordan, Anna, and Natalie are Stride Scholars. Natalie and Jordan have been elected to Sigma Chi. Izzy was awarded the Margaret Collins Stoop Adesso Prize for New Choral Composition, and Alistair is a 2015 SURF recipient. They have all also found ways to impress us still further. Anna is vice president of Session House. Additionally, she is doing an honors thesis, has been a biochemistry program liaison, a TA for organic chemistry lab classes, and a tutor for bio and biochemistry courses. She also holds a clinical research internship in the emergency department's research office at Bay State Medical. Natalie is doing an honors thesis called Protein Engineering for Receptor-Mediated Drug Delivery Across the Blood-Brain. Right? She has also been a SAC rep for our team. Alistair's been a senior interviewer and tutor for Introduction to Genetics. She too has been a SAC rep for the equestrian team. Jordan has been treasurer of Sessions House and a department liaison for statistical and data sciences. And she has conducted summer research at MIT, North Carolina State, and at Smith. Julia has been Cape and House secretary and is a member of the Quidditch team. Izzy has been a director for Orlando, a conducting intern at Florence Community Band and composer, and music director for Forging the Sword. She's also doing an honors project in composition, which explores the relationships between music and other senses. After graduation, Alistair will work at a large cat sanctuary. She'll then return to Mount Holyoke in the fall for a post-bac program before going to vet school. Jordan will join the Mass Mutual Data Science Development Program in Amherst before heading to grad school, where she will pursue her PhD in applied mathematics or computer science. Julia has an internship at the Yale University Press. Izzy plans to find a music-related job for a year before applying to graduate programs in composition. Anna intends to attend medical school. Natalie will be attending Tufts Veterinary School. And Yijin will be attending MIT. Everyone hopes to continue riding, of course, in their spare time. It's been an honor to work with this incredibly dedicated group. The team will miss you all more than you can ever know next year. We all thank you for everything you have done for Smith Equestrian.
Hi, my name is Karen Klinger. I'm the rowing coach, and I am the last speaker besides your student speaker, so hopefully you'll have a few minutes to stay. But if you do need to leave, I promise I won't think you're fleeing from what I have to say. Okay? Our crew seniors athlete, I finally have to wear these. Our crew senior scholar athletes are Siona, Michaela, Mariana, and Pooja. I'm going in alphabetical. First, they all have a few things in common as student athletes at Smith that are really important. One, they all learned to row here at Smith, either starting as first years or sophomores. Anyone in this room who's tried to learn something new as an adult understands the focus, dedication, and sense of humor that it takes to put yourself out there, look silly, and fail at something new. They've all shared those feelings and pursued this sport and actually becoming athletes here at Smith. They're all really nice people until it's time not to be nice. I picture them as the Smithies you see in the pictures with the white gloves and the dresses who look so formal and polite. Yes, they're laughing at me. Polite and nice, I said sometimes. Luckily,
Smith and their time in sport and their families have encouraged them to have spines of steel, to be strong with faced with challenge, to fight for those who need help, and to put themselves forward in a world that would sometimes push them back. They all also have sort of connected the parts of their academic pursuits, their time in sport, and their lives in ways that I'm sure that they could not have imagined when entering college. And they all have plans after college to surpass just getting a job and include many ways of helping and connecting with others. Siona, on the end here, enjoys her history major because she gets to learn about a country's past and the influence it has on the present. Her community engagement and social change concentration has allowed her to actualize her passion for working ethically in communities in a way that's beneficial. For example, her work with the Hilltowns and Horizon, she was the one who organizes to help families with Christmas presents during the holidays. She'll leave Smith and be the volunteer coordinator at Covenant House in New York, aiding homeless youth. And she intends to head to law school later to continue to advocate for those who have no voice. I thought I was going to make it through more of this. Michaela, or should I say Fulbright winner Michaela Gill, and we need to say that about our other students because that's a big deal. She says that American Studies is a great major for indecisive people. I agree. But that really she's interested in people and how the cultures we live in operate, why the world works the way it does. I threatened, but when I asked her what she wanted to be when she grew up, she said ideally a mermaid, but the chances are looking slim. So she'll start by going to Germany, where she spent her junior year, to teach for her Fulbright studies instead. Mariana, her thesis work is motivated by health inequities and how to think differently about the impact social structures beyond medical care have on health outcomes. Her project allowed her to bring together her two loves, Plato and healthcare ethics. That's about as interdisciplinary, I think, as we can get, right? I don't want to steal her thunder because she's speaking in a minute, but she said that Smith has allowed her to become the person she was always a little hesitant to be. She said to me that the team is her heart, but the feeling is mutual. Pooja chose her double major in psychology and theater because she wants to help and understand people through the knowledge of mental and behavioral science and the ability to make people think and laugh through playwriting. Her academic and athletic pursuits connected in her special studies through her research into perfectionism and athlete eating behavior, which she's presenting in collaborations. She's planning on working as a research assistant in the business school at Baruch College, is that right? Baruch College. Next year, and planning on applying to PhD programs in marketing and consumer behavior in a year or two. All of them reported, I mean, there's so many things up here you can read, okay? They're so amazing. But all of them reported that being a student athlete has allowed them to grow in every facet of themselves at Smith. Just like plants need sunlight and water to grow, well, just please don't take that away from me. They have needed the combination of intellectual and physical pursuits to challenge them to adapt and thrive. I can't look at you right now. Thank you for your commitment, your hard work, and your leadership. Thank you in advance for the voices you bring to our world. I'm proud to say that I am a Smithy along with you and all of our student athletes we celebrate today. Thank you. And now Mariana Mapes will give our senior reflection as soon as I hover. How's that? Yeah, no, more. Her team always has it. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Karen. Good afternoon. The Department of Athletics has very generously and bravely given me this soapbox. And far and away the most important thing I can say is that I'm deeply honored to be here. And I'd also like to congratulate my fellow seniors on being really powerful, impressive, and resilient people. I'm extremely proud to share the Pioneer name with you and to be at an institution where support for athletics and ultimately athletes is really gaining momentum in an exciting way.
I actually started writing this last week when I was locked out of my room post-shower. So I had all these great ideas and no way of recording them. But I think, this is a parable, get ready. I think it's fair to say that collegiate athletes, and particularly folks like you all in this room, probably feel like you're functioning in towel mode, standing in a hallway about 80% of the time. Not, literally locked out, but a similar version of feeling like you don't quite have everything together. You spend an inordinate amount of your time exhausted, hungry, sore, hungry, out of clean laundry. And some of those daily discomforts are funny, and some of them are frustrating, and some of them are really, really difficult. And can make you wonder if what you do as a scholar athlete really matters in the grand scheme of things. And I have come to believe very strongly that yes, it does. Largely because what we've chosen is not the easy road, as evidenced by people who ask you, so why do you do this? You can never do anything. You can never hang out with me. It seems like there are a lot of reasons to not do it or to say no. And instant gratification is pretty much nowhere to be found. You have to work for it. Commitment is tough, and committing to things that don't provide you with a consistent, immediate payoff is even harder. But I'm convinced that there are a few things more valuable than being in it for the long haul. So to help with that long haul, I'm going to offer two small, highly unsolicited pieces of advice that I picked up. They're unusual in that they're not about performance, really, and they're not about success. But I hope that they'll ring true, and in particular for first years, sophomores, and juniors. I hope it'll give you something to reflect on as you continue your awesome athletic and academic careers at Smith. The first one is to laugh. Laughter is probably the best tool at our disposal for spinning straw into gold. A sense of humor has helped me to prioritize what needs to be taken seriously and what is okay to let go of. My teammates are hilarious people, thank God. Because I can't tell you how many times someone has taken a problem that I could only see as a horror story and managed to approach it with this lighter sensibility, and it's amazing how much that humor helps to reframe things. The second piece of advice is to mess up. The Curtin jokes that we're involved with the row, and when you're involved with the row, you will make mistakes. True of any other sport. You'll probably make mistakes every day. So since that's inevitable, you might as well do it big. Go for the ambitious splits. Commit more than you think you can. Invest yourself in helping to mentor and cultivate another teammate. At some point, I stopped feeling bad about mistakes I had made or things I had done that hadn't worked out, and there are a lot of those. And I decided to think about them as mistakes that I got to make. Messing up in a relatively safe environment is a treat. If you take a giant risk in practice and fall on your face, what's the worst thing that can happen? You'll be upset, probably, but then you'll go to team dinner, and you'll basically be with family, and hopefully laugh, and the sun will still rise tomorrow. We're given a space where we can mess up, and we have people who will still love us when we do. So as much joy as I've got from the sport of rowing, I've gotten so much more joy from being less scared of things. In closing, I wish you all several things. First of all, the continued courage to make the decision to do what isn't easy. But most of all, I wish you many hearty laughs and many, many more mistakes. Thank you.
When we met last week that since this was my first academic luncheon, she couldn't let me down. She needed to kind of knock it out of the park, and you did just that. Well done. Thank you. I want to thank everybody for being here today. As I told you earlier, this is a kickoff event to us celebrating Division III week, and so as a part of that, all of our student athletes are going to be in t-shirts tomorrow, going to classes, and then this is a warning to any faculty members that are in the room. We have asked our coaches to attend class. Please do not call on them. They raise their hand, just ignore them. But be careful what you put them through, because we're also inviting faculty members to come to practices and games this week. And So, payback, they could put you on the line, ask you to run a little bit, so be careful. But thank you very much for being here. One more big round of applause for all of our students.